Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. We've got
Santa.
And Santa too. Or are we Santa's helpers? What are we? I don't know. Two fools.
Yeah,
About to have some bourbon.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Bourbon.
Well, it's Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Eve.
Oh,
It's that time of year.
It's that time of year.
We're celebrating.
Yeah, we're miserable. We're gonna get drunk.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we do.
Yeah, we always have. I like this time of year, not only because of the Christmas spirit, the holidays, all that fun stuff. I like getting together with friends, and sometimes it entails having some
Sex?
bourbon. But yeah, and here we are, and
The big man will be here soon.
yeah. This is true. This is true. It's exciting.
Have you been a good boy? Or have you been a naughty boy?
I have no idea. I guess I've been all right. How about you?
I think I've been naughty. I think I'm always naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the naughty outweighs the good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We joke around, we say stupid things, but I think the one thing I can speak for with John and I'd like to hope for myself is that we have good hearts, and I think we ultimately I think our hearts will lead our.
You wouldn't rather laugh with the sinners than die with the saints?
No.
No. If it's good enough for Billy Joel.
Yeah. I'm not as much of a Billy Joel fan anymore. So
What? So we're not going to the next show?
maybe. You know what? That came up on my Facebook feed.
When we went
Photos.
to the show?
Yeah.
Was it December? It was in December.
It said 9 years ago.
Wow, that long ago.
9 years ago. That's when I had posted that we
Wow.
went to that show. Yeah. Jeez. That was the last time I saw him. That was the only time I saw him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last time I saw him.
Yeah. Interesting. Well. Now that was when it was a little easier to get tickets. Now it's kind of seems like
Now he's done though, right?
with the
He's coming to
with the
coming to
residents.
MetLife with somebody.
Yeah, with the residents he's done, but he'll still pop his head in there. I think so.
Right.
Means he's just which he lied. I think he said he'll stay there until it sells out, until it stops selling out.
Yeah.
BS.
Maybe he got fired.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe just tired of it. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I need a little whiskey with my milk and cookies, or my cookies.
Do you want some whiskey and cookies?
Just my cookies.
I have there's cookies at the end of the bar. Should have brought those on. All right. We have today, in the Christmas spirit, this one, this is what I told John before filming. I was like, I had this for a year, and I was going to do it last year with John, but we actually had quite a few different Christmas bourbons, I feel like, last year. We had like an elf one.
I don't remember.
Like an elf.
Oh, yeah, the elf one. Yeah,
the maple one or something. And this one just kind of just sat in the back burner for some time, and I was like, we'll wait till next year. And
Wasn't it like elf would like in Mexico or something? It was like a
I don't
weird
remember.
combo.
Yeah, I think it was. I feel it might have been a Nulu. But yeah, I was kind of.
So what's this one? What do we got?
This is Good Times.
Good time.
Good Times, yeah. Cigar blend.
Ooh.
Which I don't know if I don't know. Maybe we've had a good time. I don't know if we had a good time cigar blend.
I don't know.
That was just a cigar blend. Sometimes they have different. But yeah. And on the back of it, it has Santa Claus. Cheers to the naughty ones. Merry Christmas.
See? Naughty's the way to go.
Yeah.
Is he smoking a cigar?
Yeah, he is. Santa's smoking a cigar on this one. He's naughty one himself there, Santa. And this one is non-chill filtered, barrel strength, single barrel bourbon whiskey finished in cognac, Armagnac. I can never say that. Am I saying Armagnac? I don't know. And
Sounds good.
Oloroso sherry barrels.
Oloroso?
I think it's testing me here. Coming in at 61% alcohol, 122 proof. This was barrel 235, bottle number 42, limited rear release. We've had plenty of good times on the show. And we've had a couple cigar blends on the show, too. So this is...
I love cigar blends.
Yeah, John's go-to is that Joseph Magnus.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Just a tiny...
Just a taste. Yeah, that's good.
All right. There we go. So, looking at it, color's a little light on that one. A little light.
It is. What's the proof on this?
What did I say? 122.
Wow. That's pretty high.
You know what? Let's have Santa. We know it's good times. We know it's a cigar blend.
There you go.
It's just to feel festive. We'll have Santa face in it. But yeah, it's got...
Looks like my urine when I do it. That's cool.
I mean, it's got, I don't know, not super viscous, but not super dark. Does it have an age limit? 8 years, which is not necessarily young. So, you see how I read that? 8. It's like really. I'm surprised I found that.
Me too.
I'm surprised I found that right there. So it's not like it's super young considering its age. I'm kind of figured it might be a little darker.
Well, maybe it's that cognac.
Yeah, I don't know. And these good times, I mean, it's interesting. Like, once again, some people are like, they finish it in this, they finish it in that. Hey, if you like it, if it's something experimental, it's something fun that they do, it's something that, you can see things from a different angle on if you put something in different casks, etc., whatever floats your boat. I really don't care. If it's good, it's good. Let's see. What's the nose on this?
Sugar plums.
Sugar plum. I'm getting some like raisin,
I'm getting a little
dark
tobacco,
fruit, dark dried fruit, tobacco. Yes, John, which I guess makes sense. Slight oakiness, but a lot of that, like I said, it's just I'm getting like kind of like that raisin. Open a box of raisins, kind of.
Because I'm getting like wine.
Which would make sense because of the sherry.
That's why I looked.
Yeah.
Sherry wine?
Yeah, sherry. Yeah, it's like a sweet, wine. Use it for cooking too and stuff. But like the old times. Give me my glass of sherry, please. It might be even like an after dinner kind of
cognac, right? Comes in like that big glass that you're supposed to sift.
Yeah. Let's try it out.
Yeah, let's try this.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Flavors galore.
There's too much going on there.
There's a lot going on there. I mean, it really just in that heat. That's got heat.
Yeah, that burn.
Oh, but the Kentucky hug right now, man. I'm feeling it, buddy. I'm feeling it right here.
Yesterday I had a fresh slice of pizza and the cheese destroyed my upper mouth.
Oh.
That hurt right now. That burnt it big time.
I am at that point, and I don't know why no pizza place listens to me when I say it.
You want them to blow on it?
No. I say, it doesn't have to be super hot. I say, not that hot. Yeah. Not that hot.
We went to a pizzeria and ordered a whole pie.
Yeah.
And the fat asses we are, we're like,
can't wait. Yeah.
The cheese was like melting.
I do the reverse blow, but suck, kind of like trying to cool it down because I know it's gonna burn, and I still get it. And then you get the skin.
No, the skin's hanging right now.
And then you gotta like take your tongue and twist it around until it falls off.
Yeah, into a ball.
Yeah, it's almost there. Yeah. And that's all you do for the next 2 hours until it comes off.
Yeah, that's me right now.
Yeah. So you got a little burn.
So I don't.
Second sip, and I think I want to ask you how we think with a little water too on this one.
I feel like I get like peanut butter right off the top.
Peanut butter, interesting. I'm not getting it, but I respect your thought. I'm gonna do a little sip in water.
Oh, it's better with the water. The water.
Yeah, because it's a little boozy, dude.
That is boozy.
I'm getting that. I can see why they're calling it like a nice cigar blend, because I am getting that tobacco-y kind of.
It's got that like
sweet
like
leaf.
Joseph. It's got that cigar blend flavor in there.
Yes.
But there's a lot more going on, though.
Yes. Keep in mind, though, doesn't when you have a cigar blend, doesn't mean it's supposed to taste like cigars.
No.
It means it's supposed to complement when you're having cigar.
Right. But they all have that unique taste.
Yeah. Yes, I guess there's a chance it might have a little bit of a tobacco-y taste just so it can complement it. It's like when you're making a dish, you're making food, and say you're making something with lemon, and you put chicken franchise or something like that, and it's made with lemon juice, and you put some lemon slices on top. It'll complement what's already in there sometimes,
Burping it up.
Yeah?
The burp is burning.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty good, though. I mean, I know you're Joseph Magnus through and through, but,
No. I love Good Times, though. Good Times always has good stuff, always. Mm-hmm. I'm not feeling this one.
Yeah.
It's burning the inside of my mouth too much.
It's the heat that's bothering
the
you.
Heat, and I like the heat. I like a good high. No, There's a difference between liking a high proof and liking the heat.
Yeah.
This one, I like the heat in here.
Well, it could be just not
This
balanced.
one's burning the inside of the mouth. I want to feel it here. I'm not feeling it here.
I felt it there.
I'm not feeling it
I
as much
felt
here.
it there
I'm feeling
on
it
the
here.
first sip. I felt it. The second one and third, not as much. But that first one, I felt it. Maybe because I didn't have any liquids before that.
Yeah.
And I felt it going down. You ever have like a cold orange juice first thing in the morning or something,
Yeah,
and you could
yeah.
feel the chill?
cold,
Yes. That could be the case with me here on this. But I did get that Kentucky hug initially. You know, I don't mind it, John. We
Listen.
just cracked it too.
Right. Maybe it has to sit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
We just ate.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, not everything has to be the best. I mean, you're okay to not like something once in a while.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's bad. The flavor profile is good. It's just that burn for me. It's just a little too much.
Well, it's tough too because John and I aren't necessarily. I mean,
I don't-
cognac. We've had cognac before, but it's not something we drink on a regular basis.
I've never drank it by itself.
Oh no.
No,
Okay.
no,
Well, I have, but it's not something we have on a regular basis. We're not familiar with the other one. Like sherry, we don't really drink. I haven't. I can tell you, I've smelled sherry more than
I know
drank
sherry
it.
from like sherry cooking.
Yeah, cooking.
That's it.
Exactly.
I've never
And
drank
that's
it,
why I know the
and
smell
I don't even
better.
know what that other word is.
Yeah, the Armagnac. Yeah, we probably should know. And yeah, but anyways, so it's not like one of these ones where it's chocolate, vanilla,
Right.
cinnamon, where we're
Pumpkin pie.
I'm getting
apple pie.
where we can identify. I'm getting the cinnamon. I'm getting this, or I'm getting that. It's not necessarily one where we can really pinpoint that as much. I guess the whole thing, the way we're going to look at it, and the angle we're going to look at it is, would this be good with a cigar? Would it be good? Is it good? You know.
You know what might be good with? An ice cube.
You really want to tame it down, I can tell. You know, you want to tame it down. You feel the heat is kind of getting to you, I see. Yeah. But I think as far as, I mean, my first comment was, wow, explosion of flavor. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
There's a
Yeah,
lot.
100%.
I mean, it almost sounds like you're saying it might be too much going on, but
Yeah, now I'm smelling wine.
I get a hint of maple on that too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Just get a lot of wine.
Yeah. Is it overkill? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. When you're someone that's experimenting, especially, you know, and you're trying something new and you're putting it in certain casks, sometimes even a day too long in a cask makes too much of a difference. We've said it about Amberana before. We've said it about that Brazilian oak. If you keep something in an Amberana cask for like a day or two too much, it will become a cinnamon bomb. It's just too much.
Yep.
You want to have a balance. Sometimes you don't want something that is just dominating the whole mix.
Yeah.
And in this case, I mean, maybe there's something that's dominating. We can't really pinpoint it, but you know, but it's got flavors. It's a little light, like I said, it's a little lighter than I anticipated it may be.
Can you picture yourself sitting on the couch drinking this, watching like It's a Wonderful Life? I think it's too much.
I could picture this doing that over plenty of other ones of bourbons or
Oh yeah,
or things.
100%. Yeah.
But would I have other preferences? Most likely, when it comes to what I would choose while I'm watching.
I'd
It's
like
a
to
Wonderful
revisit
Life.
this now that it's open
Yeah,
at a later date.
yeah.
Might need to just breathe.
Yeah, maybe
there
like
might be so much going on in there.
Yeah,
I might
like
need
a-
to breathe.
In an hour or something.
Like in a few minutes.
Yeah, a few minutes. We can just try it again. If that were the case, we would have kept that top off, maybe let it breathe a little bit more. But overall, I'm gonna say it's not too bad.
It's not bad. It's not my favorite.
I would say,
If I came down here and you said, "Hey, John, you want a glass of that?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "I'm not going to say no."
yeah. I think it's decent.
I mean, on a 1 to 5 scale, I'll give it like a 2.5.
275 for me. 275, you know, borderline. 275 because I've had some really good stuff. So you know, I would say something along those lines. Right. Basically, a little edge over to the middle. You know, I would say, but not bad though. Not bad. This bottle is not going to be used for mixers. It's not going to be used for anything but sipping on. So
Yeah. And like I said, it's okay to not think something is great. We've had so much good stuff, and you have so much good stuff here.
Well, we're tough critics.
Something's got to be.
Yeah. But I think it's, like I said, once again.
What they did with it, the flavor profile is there.
Yeah.
It's booming.
Well, that's the
actually.
thing, John, too. You may not be a fan of sherry. You might not be a fan of cognac.
Exactly.
You might not be a fan of that. So it has nothing necessarily to do with the job they did.
Right.
It just might be.
That flavor profile is just not up my alley.
It's like a bourbon drinker and someone who doesn't like rye. You know,
Right.
they'll be like, well, I just don't like rye.
Exactly.
So, okay, well. I may take your opinion a little bit more with a grain of salt if you're not a rye person and I'm trying to get a good rye critique on something, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
In this case, you might not be a sherry person or a cognac person, so maybe we'll just say that's what it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's decent.
Yeah. Merry
Good
Christmas,
old times. Yeah, cigar blends.
Good old times.
Good old times. Yeah, I guess after
Just noticed that too.
if it's certain after a certain year, I
years.
think amount of years.
So because it's a longer year, it's old.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And it seems like most of their stuff, if not all of their stuff, is non-chill filtered, which is cool too. So
Nacho filter.
Yeah, nacho filtered.
Yeah.
Good.
Merry Christmas, good.
Merry
good old
Christmas.
time.
All right, cheers.
So I mean, it's that time of year.
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
Is your holidays just? Well, you still have a young child.
I have a young.
You have a youngin.
Yes, young
I was
chicken.
gonna say, are the holidays just starting to become repetitive? Not fun, just repetitive. You know what to expect. You know what you're gonna do. You know how Christmas Eve is gonna roll.
I think
You know how Christmas Day is gonna roll.
every year is a learning lesson. This year was different. Okay, and you decorate yourself, right? You decorate holiday. You do all that fun stuff. You kind of.
Well, I've been naughty this year.
And
there's not one light outside of my house.
I was gonna say you hired someone.
My outlet on the front of my house stopped working.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to change the GFI
Okay.
myself.
All right.
And my little plan was act stupid or keep forgetting.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to put the Christmas lights up.
Are you sure it's not the breaker?
No, it's not the breaker. I keep pressing like the reset. It
right.
will not go in. It happened during Halloween. My Christmas, my lights just went out one day.
Yeah. Just make sure your power's off.
Yeah. So I've been kind of playing the stupid card
Yeah.
until
So it
Christmas is
didn't
over.
happen.
So I didn't have to put the lights up.
All right. Well, for the normal people that do put it up, we had a curveball this year. The curveball this year was Thanksgiving was late.
It was.
And typically Thanksgiving, like last year, it was definitely like almost a week earlier. Almost, I guess it just whatever the way it falls and how it falls and all that fun stuff. So it came a little bit later. So when it comes to Christmas decorations and enjoying them, et cetera, you almost felt rushed in a way.
Felt rushed to put them up.
Yes, to get it up because you only have so much time now to enjoy it. And it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. At least for me, I got to take down the tree. I got to take down. We have about 8 bins of Christmas stuff. We got to take down from the attic. And if my wife's not there to help me, I mean, I'm bringing it's much easier if I'm standing on the top stair of the attic
Handing it down.
and handing it down, which is for the most part she's pretty good with it, but it's not always the case. Especially, it's not just bringing it down; it's bringing the empties back up.
Yep.
And then eventually the cycle continues, and when it's time.
Ours is in the garage, so same premise.
Yeah. So it was a little bit more rushed this year, as far as it goes. So here we are. That it feels like, and it seems like Christmas is coming faster and faster every year.
Every year, it's feeling more and more rushed. It's coming faster. I feel like I just took the lights down, and now they're supposed to go back up.
Gosh, I didn't even watch all my holiday movies yet. I usually watch like a bunch. I mean, I watched my son loves the Home Alone films.
Okay.
So we watched those. He actually doesn't mind some of the newer ones. I'm not a big fan of it. If it doesn't have Macaulay in it, I'm not really into it.
I've watched Christmas Vacation like 3 times.
I didn't watch it yet.
I'm over it.
I didn't watch it yet.
It's probably my favorite Christmas movie.
I know.
But I'm over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on all year round now.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I watched
I got to step it up. I got to watch it like tonight or something.
Christmas Story was on 2 nights ago.
Well, that'll be on Christmas.
Yeah.
So that I never watched that like on a off other than Christmas Day.
I don't watch It's a Wonderful Life. That's just awful.
I've never watched it, so it doesn't mean nothing to me.
Put a knife to my throat.
I watched The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the one with Jim Carrey with my son.
I hate that one.
Oh yeah, you like
like
the cartoon version?
Yeah.
So my son saw the cover of it and he's like, "I don't want to watch that." He's like, I don't want to watch that. And I'm like,
Off your hat.
yeah, no. I said, but you've never watched this one before, the Jim Carrey one. And he's like, I don't know. He looks scary. He looks scary. And I'm like,
He's scary.
and I was like, let's just watch 10. This is what I usually do. Let's watch 10 minutes. If you want to keep watching, we can, after like 10 minutes, he's like, he's into it. He's watching. I was like, I told you you'd like it,
I didn't see Rudolph. I didn't see any Frosties.
We watched Rudolph. We watched Rudolph twice already. Because my wife is very big into the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So we watched that. Frosty the Snowman was not.
I like Frosty.
You can't watch it on TV though.
Yeah, it's back. I think it's back.
Rudolph was back.
Yeah, both.
Oh yeah, because I think I had it on DVR and I haven't seen it come up yet.
It was on the other night. I just didn't watch it. I don't see Charlie Brown Christmas anymore. I don't think that's on anymore.
Yeah.
Fred Claus is one of my favorites. I haven't seen that yet.
I didn't watch that yet.
I love that movie.
Did you? We probably don't know it. What's it? Rise of the Guardians.
Yeah.
That one's not bad. There's the
Christmas.
Yeah, because it has Santa Claus and stuff in it.
Really?
Yeah. Not Guardians of the Galaxy, not to be confused.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, different.
What's the other one?
Rise of the Guardians.
That's a Christmas movie.
It's like all like the fictional.
Cartoon?
It's like Tooth Fairy. There's the Sandman. It's all the
Cartoon?
The bunny. No.
Oh,
yeah. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, it's like yes. It's got like what's his name? Hugh Jackman is like the voice of the bunny, and
No, I never heard of it.
Alec Baldwin's the voice of Santa Claus, but he has like
Does he have a gun?
no, he has like a Russian accent or something like this. It's interesting, but it's not bad. And there's a couple,
Four Christmases. I love that movie too. Haven't watched it. Deck the Halls. I haven't watched it.
I can do without. But
Four Christmases.
I could do without.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I could do with it. Fred Claus.
Fred Claus. I love Fred Claus.
Yeah, but that's a newer one.
Deck the Halls. I haven't watched.
Jingle All the Way with Arnold, or is that the one?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that yet either. I think I just got to. I think this weekend I'm gonna binge. I got to binge.
I haven't watched Home Alone. They've been on a lot.
Yeah.
1 and 2. I haven't watched it.
Well, we watch them on Disney or whatever. I think it's Disney. Yeah, so they're on there. So, Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey. I like that one too. They have the Mickey Mouse version too and all that too. But
Yeah. The one with Jim Carrey. That's a good one.
Scrooged. I haven't watched Scrooged yet.
Is it on? I haven't seen it even on.
I have it on DVD. So
I know, but it's got to be on though. It's the Christmas season. They should be playing nonstop.
Yeah. Put a little love in your heart.
I like the. Have you watched the FX? We probably talked about it last year. Christmas Carol, but the FX version.
No.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Like Scrooge is like getting Bob Cratchit's wife to get naked and like in the room and stuff, and she's got to do sexual favors for him to get his job back.
So well, then why do you have to ruin shit like that, though, man?
That's
Why do you
pretty
have to do
good. I
that?
like it.
Ah.
Get my towels and my. No.
Idiot.
No, it's good. It's like sinister.
Yeah. Did you watch Die Hard yet?
No.
Yeah.
What I just watched? They're saying if Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Gremlins?
No, there's another one. I don't remember.
Speaking of shows, speaking of movies, let's get a little off that topic right now. Did you watch the end of Yellowstone, the final episode?
I did.
The final season episode, whatever.
I did.
We weren't 100% sure. Is it what we're like? Is it really the final?
Done. Well. That's funny you do say that because I did read in a magazine that they changed it from series finale to season finale.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe the new Rip and Beth show is going to be called Yellowstone, but with another title attached to it.
Maybe
that's why
it was just a
like 1893 is just 1893. It's not like a Yellowstone 1893.
a formality or something.
Yeah.
Where they're just let's.
But
just
I hear the
call it.
Rip and Beth show is going to be Yellowstone. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I'm looking forward to. Rip's the only guy I like. I can't stand her.
Yeah, she's annoying. She's too much of a loose cannon.
He should have fucking killed her and then move on. Like him and Lloyd should get together and do something.
Yeah, and then they have that kid they kind of adopted, but
Carter.
didn't adopt, and
Yeah, it made no sense.
he's like they like treated him like shit, and she's like whatever, and then all of a sudden she grew a heart, and she's like,
And then he got Colby killed. Like the kid should have been beaten immediately.
Yeah.
Poor Colby.
Yeah. I felt bad for the kid, though,
I didn't.
watching it.
I felt bad for Kobe. I felt bad for Teeter because Kobe died.
Yeah.
And that kid got away scot-free.
I can't understand a word she says at all.
That's the point.
I cannot understand anything she's saying.
Well, that's going to be another spin-off, that 666 show. Tyler Sheridan's, that's the ranch in Texas
Okay.
where Jimmy went. 666? 666 or 6666?
The six is it? Or no, we won't. No, now I'm confused. Now you confuse me.
Where they wear the red shirts, where
Yeah,
they sent
yeah.
Jimmy. That's
Yeah.
going to be a show in itself.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, though. Taylor Sheridan,
Well, full of himself?
he's a little full of himself, a little.
A lot of full of himself.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden did he make himself like the focal point to one of those episodes?
Yeah.
Where his big buff body. It had nothing to do with
So
anything.
I
And all the
watched
ladies
him.
and-
Yeah, in Yellowstone. Yes, he his shirt was coming off. He's showing. I mean, granted, the guy's pretty ripped. He's more ripped than I thought he was.
He was good in the show before that, though.
Yes.
Like, he didn't have to do all that.
No. It's almost like, all right, get over yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
And then I was watching Lioness, which you haven't watched yet.
No.
And he's one of the military guys.
Oh, he's in that too?
Oh, yeah.
So this guy directs and acts in
All
stuff?
of his stuff he's in.
Oh, that's kind of pompous.
And, well, that's my point. And he's taking off his shirt in the military. He's walking around his shirt once again, you know? I'm like, all right, dude. I want to watch that one with Billy Bob, though.
Yes, me too. Landman.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
And then that one with the, oh, God, what was the one? Jeez, I got a brain fart and I'm going to look bad. It's not a racist thing because I don't remember it. The Lawmen. The Lawmen one was really good.
The Lawman?
Oh, God, I'll look it up. But I don't want to get too far off topic because we were just talking about,
Who's in it? Was it the mayor of Kingstown?
Bass Reeves.
Lawman Bass Reeves.
You didn't watch that?
Never heard of it.
I think that's Taylor Sheridan too, dude. Yeah, Taylor Sheridan.
What channel?
This is like,
Paramount?
yeah, Paramount Plus.
Lawman Bass Reeves.
This was good, man.
Hold on. Keep that there. I'm going to take a little picture of that. I never heard of it.
Yeah.
I'm huge into Western, so I'd rather do that than the military.
Oh yeah, man. It was solid. It was really good, man. So, yeah, I mean, he's in all that. He's always in his shows, and it's always some kind of Native American focus in there, where everything he does has, for the most part, it seems like. All the Lioness, I don't think I saw it. He does a lot of stuff with natives and things like that, you know. You know.
Listen, I like the way it ended. I like they gave the land back to you know.
Oh, spoiler.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Cut out for
Stop.
a few minutes.
Stop. John Dutton did die. I'm sorry. I didn't want to spoil it for everybody.
But he died like in the first 5 minutes of the first episode, so it's not really like we're giving away too much there. And I think everyone, you know, if you haven't watched it by now, it's been on the, you know, they've talked about it. Everyone knew Kevin Costner was done with it. Him and Taylor Sheridan's egos clashed, and became I think it was like a dick measuring contest with those two or something because, you know.
Kevin Costner's probably bigger. Taylor Sheridan's probably thicker, but I think Kevin Costner's longer.
Enough. But yeah. It's a Christmas episode, man. Come on.
My bad.
What's wrong with you? But yes, I think that, the way it ended, John and I talked about this before, and it's something we've discussed. Would it have been better if they just replaced Kevin Costner with another actor?
No.
Okay.
No.
I agree with you. He was such a big role in it.
Yeah.
He had such a big hand in it.
Yeah.
But he did have his issues, like where you thought he was going to die a couple times. He had the, what was it, rectal or whatever?
Colon cancer. In season 1. Season 2, his ulcer exploded.
Yes. He was shot like 1,000 times. He was like Scarface. No, what's his
this
name?
guy keeps coming back to life.
Yeah. He... So there was always that kind of like, all right,
you
this
could
guy
replace him, right?
might die at some point.
And if you notice, they kept him in the beginning credits, and they kept him on as executive producer.
Yeah.
So they never took his name away.
That might be just like you don't want a lawsuit because of this or that. Because he did the first half of the season. Who knows?
Could they have replaced his character with like another character, not John Dutton or somebody taking over as John Dutton?
Yeah.
Maybe it would have worked. Maybe he had a long
Well, yeah,
lost
remember
brother.
they were talking about
or-
Matthew McConaughey for some time. Is he going to be involved at all, or was that just talk?
Yeah, I think that was just talk.
All right.
I don't know what his character was going to be.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I would have stopped watching the show because that's one dude I can't stand.
I'm not a big Matthew McConaughey fan.
That would have ruined the whole show.
He's just too like the same.
Yeah, he's the
person,
same.
always just chilling and always the same. All right, all right, all
Yeah,
right.
it's so annoying.
Which I'm kind of like, it's annoying. Yeah.
But what other? Well, now you say that. What other shows do you think like by changing the main character kind of brought the show down? Did any show get better because they changed the main character?
Oh well, not even necessarily shows, but I would say some movies, maybe. I mean, like look at Iron Man for instance. I know you didn't watch it. I don't think did you? I watched it. I think it was a great movie. For the people who've watched it, they took that one general who was Terrence Howard, and they made then he was replaced by Don Cheadle. Both good actors. But I kind of like Don Cheadle, man. I thought he did a pretty good job. I think he did a pretty good job if being the replacement. Terrence Howard is a little bit more like mellow, I guess. Don Cheadle is a little bit more like outspoken in your face. You can hear him talk. Terrence Howard's kind of more like relaxed.
I don't like him.
Yeah. Well.
But like, say they replaced Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones, right? Say that was another actor who came back. It wouldn't be this. It just wouldn't be the same.
And that's the whole thing with spin-offs. That's the whole thing. I mean, back to Christmas movies, at least with Home Alones, 1 and 2 was Macaulay Culkin.
Right. And then 3 was
3 was a totally different kid, totally different family, different situation. Although it was written by John Hughes, the third one.
That's okay because they didn't replace the character with the kid. It was a whole different family.
It was a whole,
it's like Karate Kid, right?
But then they did that Home Alone that was like whatever year, even further down the line, where it was a remake. So it was Kevin McAllister, and it was Oh,
I don't think I saw that.
Yes, there is one.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was awful. Right. And then the newest one was like a kid that was like from England or something like that, and out of all those. So I guess in that situation, when you talk about the Home Alones, yes, you're not going to compete with nothing will compete with those first two. I did like that when they did go to a third movie, they didn't try to replace it or whatever.
You want to do a whole separate movie,
actor,
but call it that,
it was
that's
just
fine.
a similar theme. The kid was alone, and
but what do you do with like Karate Kid 3 when it's like, or 4 when it's like the little black kid and Jackie Chan is now Mr. Miyagi?
Was he actually called Mr. Miyagi? He was. Yeah. No.
Right? No.
You
want to make a Karate Kid? That's fine, but make it like Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
Don't make it Mr. Miyagi.
I feel like they do that a lot of times, and I'm not about color. I'm not about race. I'm not about this. I'm about best person for the job.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they push things just to, they feel like they don't want to be looked at like they're doing something racist or something along those lines.
Well, every remake now, it's either Latino, or black family playing the old characters.
Yes.
I don't think there's a need for that.
Well,
it's not a racist comment.
Just
make it another family.
I don't know if this may be true. I think it could be true. You never watched it, but I did watch some of the Harry Potter series. One of the biggest characters was Severus Snape. And I hear that they're making some kind of like spin-off, or not even a spin-off, like a show, Harry Potter themed, and Snape is going to be a black guy now. And it's like, well, I'm like, the way he looked, the way his hair was, the greasy long hair, that's who Snape was. Right. That's how he was described in the books. I don't know if that...
But to me, that's a little different because if you're going from a movie and you're making it into a TV show, obviously the actors from the movie are not going to come back to a little-ass TV show.
Yeah.
So I can
he's dead.
See them using...
The guy, Alan Rickman, passed away, but yeah.
Oh, it was Alan Rickman?
Yeah, who played the role, yeah. So, can't really have him back.
Die Hard Christmas movie.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Die Hard. He was in that. Yeah.
But what about the Batman's changing all the time? There's got to be 6 or 7.
Okay, so that's a thing. That to me, I put that in a category of like James Bond. Every James Bond is a different. I mean, granted, they might have a couple movies with the same actor, but it's been going on for how many? You have to change it now. At that, you can't. Sean Connery's dead. He's if he was and if he was alive, he would have been like that's not you can't have unless they went in a direction where it was James Bond and he was just like it was an old one and he's got like say it's like
his brother Johnny Bond.
Well, you ever watch Christmas Bride? Princess Bride. I said Christmas Bride. Princess Bride.
Yeah.
In that story, he says, "I'm the pirate," which is Robinson. I forgot what his name. the Dread Pirate Robinson, or I forget what they called him, but he said, I'm just the current one.
Yeah.
There was ones before me, but we all go by the same name.
Right.
My point is this: if there was James Bond and they just all go by the same name, but
it's the same universe. They're just changing the.
It's like it's just it's always.
That was weird. I was like, dang,
little Matthew McConaughey right here.
That was so weird.
But yes, I think for something like that, it's become such a common thing. The Spider-Mans as well. It's become such a common thing, and they even played on it when they did the
multiverse. Yeah, they brought Tobey Maguire and the other dude.
Yes,
right?
where they were.
That's weird. That's so weird.
But after they did it, it was kind of like, all right, at least they acknowledged it, and And Ant-Man and all these people were different in each universe and multiverse, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting take on it, and I like that they did that. I actually like that they did that because you got to see Tobey Maguire back in it.
Yeah.
And
like when I think Spider-Man, that's who I think of because I've never seen anyone without him.
Yeah.
I've never seen the new Batmans. I don't know how they are. Michael Keaton's always Batman to me.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, the best Batman.
And Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Jack Nicholson, the original Joker.
Yeah. But who's the best Joker?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, a lot of people say Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And then Jared Leto, I think, did it
That
in
was
Suicide
awful.
Squad.
Yeah, that was awful.
And then Joaquin Phoenix. I do love Joaquin Phoenix, though. So.
Yeah, but he's not like the Joker, though. He's still that character. What was his name? Phil Frank? What's his real name? Can't remember.
Yeah.
To me, he's not the Joker.
Yeah.
Because he's the Joker for
That's
like
the problem.
5
We do
minutes.
a bourbon podcast / talk about things. We tend to forget things while we're talking. It's what was it again? Oh, what was it again? Our memory starts to get shot as the episode progresses. Yeah.
What about let's go over to like TV shows, right?
Yeah.
So Charlie Sheen gets kicked off of
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men, and they have to replace him. They don't replace his character; they bring another character on, right?
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I can't stand him, so I didn't like it. I don't like Ashton Kutcher. I think he's a goofball.
Yeah, same. So the show went downhill when he came on.
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say so. But then you look at, character changes, even when you want to go back to the 80s, Three's Company.
Yeah.
With
Chrissy?
Chrissy was replaced.
Chrissy was replaced by, what was her name?
I don't remember, but she was replaced. But I didn't think it was that bad. I don't think it was a big deal because I was able to watch a show that it was a different character. They weren't trying to play on anything like they're replacing her with. So I think we're starting to, there might be a common theme with certain things, where if they do a good job in transitioning,
Yes.
it's like Cheers. So Cheers had Shelley Long, and she was.
I prefer Kirstie Alley.
I prefer her too. I could not stand Shelley Long.
Same.
And Kelsey Grammer was only supposed to be like he was dating Shelley Long's character. He was just a love interest that came into it. But they liked him so much in that role of that customer, the psychologist, and
kept bringing him back.
and where they actually kept him on the show. He was never supposed to be permanent.
Right.
He was supposed to, like I said, just a boyfriend or whatever.
And then he got rid of the old man and brought in Woody Harrelson, right?
Yes, they got rid of Coach.
Coach.
Yes, they got rid of Coach, and they brought Woody. And Woody was awesome. They brought because Coach was kind of an airheady, lovable guy, and Woody came in looking for Coach. That's how it started. He's like, "Oh, I'm looking for my old friend," and they had to tell him, "Oh, he passed away," and where they actually addressed it in the show. He passed away. In real life, he passed away, and in the show, they said we lost him, and something along those lines. And they didn't try to sugarcoat anything.
But like you said, when you can convert the show and you do it the right way,
yes,
it works.
Yes, and like I said, with Cheers, I think it actually did better. I think it was better with Woody Harrelson. I think it was better with, even though I did love Coach. So I did love Coach.
I don't know if you watched The Connors.
Yes,
it doesn't work for me without Roseanne. That doesn't work. They're not. I don't even know what the show's supposed to be anymore. Is it supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be not funny? I don't know.
She was
It does
on
not
the
work.
cusp of inappropriate many of those times, where she was almost like, ooh, she said that like, you know.
Which was acceptable back then.
Yes, and that's what made the show, I think, originally. And with her gone, it was kind of like you're not. It's not as shock factor, anything of that sort. It was just a family, middle class family, lower class family that was.
And you got a skinny, sick looking John Goodman. It just doesn't work.
Yes, you need chubby John Goodman. You need the big teddy bear. And then remember, speaking of which, though, when you start talking about the early episodes of Roseanne, that one daughter who, the blonde one, who disappeared and they replaced her with another actor.
Yeah. That's so weird when they do stuff like that.
Yes, and didn't she come back though, or something later?
The original one, I think the original one back is on the Connors now, right? Isn't?
Well,
she
yeah, she's the
girl?
original. Yes, yeah, she's the original. And then like Fresh Prince with the mom from Fresh Prince.
One day she was like more milky chocolate. Next day she came in with dark chocolate.
No, it was the opposite.
Was
she
the
was
opposite?
dark chocolate. She came in as milky chocolate. Yeah. Which made things whatever. She was more like the original mom was more like firm, stern. Yeah. Will, like she was very, and then the other one was more like William. It was different. It was I didn't get that same vibe. And then some shows just totally had a person that disappeared. Look at Family Matters. There was always that one main daughter. Laura, and then the other one who we never knew her name, or maybe I forget.
She disappeared.
She just disappeared off the show.
They never even mentioned it.
They never mentioned it. She just stopped showing up on the show. Or like the little blonde kid in the Brady Bunch. Remember that little blonde kid with the floppy hair?
No.
Yeah, he like came into the show and then I don't know. I think there's another one that just disappeared or something.
So weird.
Yeah.
How about shows that get worse? So like when the main character leaves, like I was saying, Walking Dead,
yes.
right? When Rick got killed off, which he didn't really get killed off, but when he left the show, that was the purpose. It went way downhill after that.
Yes, he was such a huge. He was the
huge character.
Yeah,
he was the character.
He was the character. Yes, I think they did a great job in making it work to the best that they can, but I think that it wasn't necessarily the same once he was gone.
They could have ended the show one season after that.
Yeah, and they kind of took other actors and took him as like Daryl. They use him as more of a leader, I guess, and he became so. But they did have the spinoff though with Rick, and Michonne.
Yeah. That was all right.
I watched a few of all these episodes, even the Daryl one, and I just never really got back into it because Walking Dead was how many years?
A long time.
It went on longer than it should have.
Wanted to stop.
And there was never a really true answer to anything. We never really had the questions answered. So I said after this, I didn't really want to watch it.
The Daryl one's not really evolved around zombies. You know what I mean? It's actual story.
Yeah.
But I watched the first season and most of the second. I have 2 episodes left in the second season. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to watch it. I don't even want to finish it.
Well, remember they did this Fear the Walking Dead at the same time as The Walking Dead. Like I watched a few.
Well, they had one. When one season was out, they put the other one in, so that there was constantly something.
I know, but
I watched the first couple
seasons
of Fear, and then
overkill, literally and figuratively. Yeah.
I got a rando. Back to Christmas shows and stuff. Remember the Flintstones Christmas special?
Vaguely.
Jesus wasn't born yet.
Oh.
What were they celebrating?
Yeah, I guess it's
weird.
Yeah.
That's what I think about it now.
And they had aliens too.
That's what I think about it now.
Yeah. And the aliens. That little Martian guy. That was his name.
Nanu or
I forget. But yeah. But I see your point. I see your point.
I don't know where that came from because we were talking about John Goodman. I remember John Goodman playing Fred Flintstone in the movie.
But yeah, the Flintstones. Yes, I don't know, John. But I mean, what else? What else is there that we can say that there's been roles that have changed where I mean, we mentioned like if they keep changing like the Bond movies, is that, and I think that makes it interesting too because you can say I think my favorite Bond was Sean Connery or Pierce Brosnan,
Roger
or
Moore,
or Daniel Craig or whatever. You know, I mean,
Timothy Dalton.
yeah,
I don't watch any of them, so I don't really know. I've never.
Yeah.
I think I've seen one James Bond movie, and it was A View to a Kill with Roger Moore.
Yeah, I don't recall watching. I know my dad used to have them all on tape, VHS. You know, he had a bunch of them on VHS, but I guess it was never something that.
Or how about looking at things this way? How, like, Back to the Future, which we've talked about, was supposed to be Eric Stoltz.
Yes.
And it wasn't. Can you imagine that movie without Michael J. Fox?
No, you can't. But it was never. But they couldn't imagine it either because
They filmed like half of it.
I
didn't
know, but it never went. It never came out. They actually stopped filming and said we're starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
So it was never like it was something that they released it for like a week and said this is not working and decided like it was kind of like they caught it in the middle and they said all right let's if it was something that we would never be able to watch the Eric Stoltz version so you know what I mean although you can see a couple scenes here and there. I've seen it
On
know
YouTube
where you can see it but it's interesting
All right. Well,
you know I guess back to Yellowstone, just to finish up on things or whatever. Did you like the ending of it? What did you think?
it felt rushed.
Yeah.
I felt like the bad guy didn't suffer as much as he should have.
But was he really the bad? Like,
Yeah. He killed his father. Yeah.
he didn't.
Well, he ordered it.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he said he did. She made the contract. He knew she was doing that.
Yeah, I didn't think he knew because he was very shocked when he found out it happened.
I think that was all play.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he knew.
Well,
Isn't that what he was shredding? Some of that contract.
yeah, I don't know if that's a contract that
She even said like
he went into her office and got it though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. There was like I didn't think that he was as
I think he was
bad as they like. I think he was very misunderstood a lot of times when I watched it.
in
But
the beginning, towards the last season.
yeah,
And then he had like the baby at that disappeared. You know, they just we had the baby season 4 or the beginning of season 5 with the girl.
Oh.
And then like they didn't even talk about that anymore. Like it just goes away.
Oh, that's right.
You know, it's weird when stuff like that.
And here's the problem when they take too freaking long
Yeah.
to put out a new. This wasn't even a new season. This was the second half of a season. Mm-hmm. Granted, I understand they had some issues with Kevin Costner, this and that, but you forget things.
Yeah.
Like, didn't Casey have a baby or something? Or was it like a miscarriage? Maybe that's what.
Yeah,
happened.
I think she. Yeah.
A lot of people forgot that she cheated on him. A lot of people forgot that.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
Did she cheat on that guy that was like in the pool or something? I remember she was getting training from some trainer.
Really? Yeah. See, I don't even.
See,
remember
that's
that.
the problem.
I didn't even remember that Kevin Costner had, or John Dutton had cancer until you reminded me.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot. That's the thing with these shows. When you wait too long, people will forget, especially us old folks. You know, that drink bourbon, we start to forget things here and there. But you know, I guess I anticipated the ending. You know what? We're not necessarily giving anything away by saying this. I anticipating that the ending could end like that. I anticipated it did feel a little rushed. I feel like they kind of did. It was nice to know the way they celebrated the life of John Dutton and how they did it and the respectful and with.
I think Lloyd got the shit end of the stick though.
Yeah.
The only one that didn't have really an ending.
I liked him.
They asked him to go with Rip and Beth, and he said no.
Yeah.
You know?
He was like
But they didn't say where he ended up.
I felt so bad for that guy, man.
Yeah.
He was always he was just always so like wholesome and then he stabbed that one guy and he was like, you know, because he was hooking up with the girl he liked and granted he was like what 50 years older than her, but he just like, what are you doing? I just found someone that seemed to like me, and you know, she went for the younger guitarist. But that guy, by the way, he's a real artist.
So he's on my Spotify. Yeah, I like him. He's good. I like. I'm not huge into country music, but I like the Yellowstone. I'll put on the Yellowstone soundtrack because that's like backcountry country music.
Yeah.
That's not like today's country music.
No. It's like today's country is like pop almost.
Yeah,
you know, it's like. I like more folky. I like more bluegrassy kind of.
That old school country, like from Yellowstone. That's good stuff. I can listen to that.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think we're
let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up. It was it's been fun. This hat's getting warm on me.
Yeah.
And we hope everyone has a great Christmas. And if you're watching this after Christmas, we hope you had a great Christmas.
And if you're Jewish, happy Hanukkah. Did that start?
Yeah, I think that started. Kwanzaa's the 26th, I think, or something. So, hopefully everyone's safe and sound and having good holidays and good Christmas. We believe in Christmas, so Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And, John, cheers.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Cheers to you.
Peace.
All right.